Did you know that 93% of human communication is nonverbal? This means that most of our interactions are based on gestures, expressions, and body language. Would you like to learn to decipher these signs and understand what people really think and feel? Get ready, because in this video, we'll reveal 23 psychological tricks that will allow you to read anyone instantly, from body language to subtle details that reveal much more than words express. This video will open doors to a level of understanding that will completely change how you interact with the world around you. Before we dive in, let's make sure this wisdom reaches as many as possible. Click the like button and activate the notification bell. This signals to YouTube that you find value in what we share. Now let's begin this transformative journey together. Are you ready? Number 1. Eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful tool for instantly understanding someone. It's said that the eyes are the window to the soul, and rightly so. But have you ever noticed how someone can't take their eyes off you? That could indicate romantic interest or a strong emotional connection. On the other hand, if you try to make eye contact and the other person avoids your gaze, they might be nervous or have something to hide. In Stoicism, eye contact also holds profound meaning. Stoics, like Seneca, valued honesty and virtue in all human interactions. Maintaining a steady and direct gaze was considered a sign of integrity and self-confidence. So, by observing someone's eye contact, you may also be evaluating their alignment with Stoic principles of honesty and virtue. Remember, eyes can convey much more than words express. Practical application. To improve your ability to interpret eye contact, carefully observe people during conversations or social interactions. Pay attention to the duration and intensity of eye contact. Practice maintaining a firm yet non-intimidating eye contact when speaking with others. Remember that eye contact is a powerful way to establish connection and communication. Number 2. Eyebrows. If you want to assess someone's level of comfort, pay attention to their eyebrows. There are 3 main emotions that can cause eyebrows to rise: surprise, concern, and fear. Try raising your eyebrows during a casual and relaxed conversation with a friend. Does it feel difficult? If someone you're talking to raises their eyebrows and the conversation topic doesn't justify surprise, concern, or fear, it's a sign that they feel quite uncomfortable. In Stoicism, controlling facial expressions also held significant meaning. Stoics believed in emotional moderation and the ability to remain calm in all situations. So, by observing someone's eyebrows, you may also be evaluating their ability to control their emotions and stay serene in challenging circumstances. Remember, eyebrows can reveal a lot about a person's emotional state. Number 3. Smile. When it comes to smiling, the mouth can deceive, but the eyes don't lie. Genuine smiles reach the eyes, creating wrinkles in the skin around them. However, people often smile to conceal their true thoughts and feelings. Therefore, the next time you want to determine if someone's smile is genuine, look for expression lines at the corners of their eyes. If they're not present, that smile is hiding something. Number 4. What they say. When you meet someone for the first time and all they do is talk about their wonderful partner or praise their colleagues, they're likely decent people themselves. Studies show that the more people rate others as kind, polite, loving, and well-educated, the more likely they are to possess these characteristics. However, the opposite is also true. Anyone who stabs others in the back and describes them as manipulative and unpleasant is more likely to possess these characteristics themselves. They may also have a history of depression or personality disorder. Practical application. Maintain a critical sense and analyze if the people you interact with show consistency between what they say and what they do. Number 5. Direction of laughter. When we laugh, we often tend to look towards the person we feel most emotionally connected to or whom we want to involve in our laughter. This direction of laughter can reveal who is important to us at that moment and with whom we feel most comfortable or linked. Practical application. Observe someone laughing and looking at another person. Reflect on the dynamics of that relationship. Is there an evident emotional connection between them? Do they feel comfortable and mutually linked? This can help you better understand social interactions and personal relationships in different contexts. Number 6, paralanguage. Paralanguage is nonverbal communication, such as tone, intonation, or speaking manner. Basically, it's a fancy way of saying you need to pay attention to how someone says something. For example, if someone responds to you in a monotone, they're likely disconnected from your concept and uninterested. The use of sarcasm is another good example. When someone uses sarcasm, what they actually mean is the opposite of what the words say. Practical application. Pay attention to the emphasis they put on words and how they say them. It gives you a great clue about their true intentions. In the context of Stoicism, paralanguage can also be interpreted as a form of expression of the Stoic virtue of moderation. Controlling the tone and intonation of the voice was seen as a sign of self-mastery and emotional balance. Number 7, sideways glance. When you're in a conversation, observe the other person's body position. If they're facing you and maintaining eye contact, they're likely interested and engaged in the conversation. However, if you notice the person looking to the side or seeking an exit, it may indicate they feel uncomfortable or aren't as interested in continuing the interaction. Being attentive to these signs will help you better read nonverbal cues and adapt your behavior accordingly. Number 8, frequent nodding. Nodding is generally a sign of agreement, but excessive nodding may signal anxiety for approval. When you're telling something to someone and they nod excessively, it means they're concerned about what you think of them or doubt their ability to follow your instructions. On the other hand, frequent nodding could also be unconscious gestures signaling the other person to hurry up, like when a person keeps looking at their watch or touches the car keys. Practical application. Reflect on how frequent nodding may reflect someone's relationship with their own sense of worth and self-esteem. Number 9, chin and jaw. When someone is trying to make a decision, they tend to rub their chin. They may look up, down, or to the side. It's a sure sign that they're thinking deeply. A clenched jaw is a sign of stress. Regardless of what the person is saying, this indicates a considerable level of discomfort. Practical application. If you notice someone rubbing their chin, give them time to reflect and don't pressure them for an immediate answer. If their jaw is tense, consider taking a softer and more understanding approach in the conversation to help alleviate their stress. Number 10, posture. How someone carries themselves can give you some indications of their self-confidence. For example, if someone walks upright with shoulders back and looking forward, that indicates they feel good about themselves and are confident. However, if someone is hunched over and looking at the ground when they walk, that gives a very different impression. It doesn't necessarily mean they have low self-esteem, but that's the message it conveys. Practical application. From the perspective of Stoicism, the way we carry ourselves can reflect our attitude towards life and our ability to face challenges with serenity and confidence. Number 11, rubbing hands. It's believed that hands convey what the head is thinking. When a person rubs their hands, it usually means they have a positive feeling about something. People often do this when they have hopes about something good coming in the future and are excited about it. Number 12, handshake. You can tell a lot by someone's handshake. Soft and loose, and they're likely submissive or easily influenced. Too strong and crushing, and they may be dominant types. Duration is also important. Too long and it's odd, but too short could indicate some kind of conflict. The person may not want to establish a deep connection with you, but it could also mean they don't have much time. Practical application. Remember that it's important to maintain eye contact during a handshake and avoid shaking hands while sitting, as it may convey a sense of passivity or lack of commitment. Number 13, shoes. A person's shoes can say a lot about their personality. Apparently, we all judge people's shoes, but studies show that we're pretty accurate. Nervous people will have new or very clean shoes. Friendly types will wear practical shoes. Quiet people have an affinity for uncomfortable shoes, and aggressive people wear ankle boots. Number 14. Overall appearance. How someone dresses and presents themselves can say a lot about them. If the person has neat hair, ironed clothes, and shows attention to style, they may be very detail-oriented. Someone with a more casual wardrobe or messy hair might be creative or just messy. And then someone who looks unkempt and smelly might just be very lazy. Practical application. Remember that appearances can be deceiving, and it's important to get to know the person beyond their external appearance before making snap judgments. Number 15. Body language imitation. If you've never tried reading people before, this is something you probably haven't noticed. But pay close attention in the future, because when someone imitates your body language, it means they feel so good about you that they want to harmonize with you. It's a sign that the conversation is going well and the other party is receptive to your message. Number 16. Use of mobile phones. For example, if a person is constantly looking at their phone and distracted during a conversation, it may indicate lack of interest or boredom. On the other hand, if someone turns off or puts away their phone and focuses entirely on the conversation, it may indicate attention and respect. Number 17. Lip biting. The gesture of lip biting can have various meanings depending on the context and situation. For example, some people may bite their lips as a sign of anxiety or nervousness, especially if they're in a stressful or uncomfortable situation. Others may do it as a way to keep their lips hydrated, or simply as an unconscious habit. Number 18. Repetitive movements. Repetitive movements can range from subtle actions, like playing with a ring or nervously tapping a foot, to more obvious movements, like drumming fingers on the table. These gestures can be a way to relieve accumulated stress or anxiety during a conversation. Practical application. Observing these repetitive movements can provide valuable information about the person's emotional state and how they feel at that moment. If you notice repetitive movements, try to establish a more relaxed and comfortable environment to help calm the person's nerves and improve interaction. Number 19. Changes in breathing. Breathing is an important physical signal that can reveal a lot about a person's emotional state. Changes in breathing rhythm can indicate intense emotions, such as anxiety, nervousness, or excitement. Pay attention to whether the person is breathing faster or slower than usual, as this can give you clues about how they're feeling at that moment. Number 20. Avoidance movements. Avoidance movements, like crossing arms over the chest or slightly moving away from the person they're talking to, can indicate discomfort, resistance, or lack of interest in the conversation. These gestures can be a way to emotionally protect themselves or to express disagreement or discontent. Number 21. Use of personal space. The use of personal space may vary depending on cultures and individual preferences, but observing how a person manages their close space can provide valuable information about their level of comfort and confidence in the interaction. If the person tends to maintain a wider distance from you or feels uncomfortable when you approach, it may indicate that they need more personal space or feel tense in the situation. Number 22. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils can be an important clue to a person's emotional response. In situations of interest or attraction, pupils tend to naturally dilate. Observing this change in pupil size can reveal the intensity of the emotions the person is experiencing at that moment. Number 23. Unconscious foot movements. Unconscious foot movements can reveal a lot about a person's emotional and mental state. For example, if someone is anxious or nervous, their feet may move restlessly, as if they're tapping on the floor or swaying from side to side. On the other hand, if someone feels relaxed and comfortable, their feet are likely to be still or have gentle, controlled movements. Practical application. Observing these subtle movements can provide valuable information about a person's internal state, even if they're not aware of it. Conclusion. Some of us are quite good at reading the signals people emit, while others are so bad that they need the other person to tell them directly what they think. Reading people isn't easy, but if you can do it, it's a fantastic skill. Of course, everyone is different, so interpreting their words and actions may or may not always be accurate. But hopefully, with these tips, you'll be well on your way to improving your people reading skills. We want to know what you think. When you meet someone for the first time, what's the first thing you usually notice about them? Let us know in the comments below. I'm eager to hear your success stories, so subscribe, activate notifications, and leave a comment below. Share your journey, your victories, and even your struggles. If you don't know what to comment, just write "Stoic Mind" to show that you've overcome our session. Your interaction feeds this community, guiding us towards wisdom and, above all, towards the art of turning every challenge into an opportunity. Until next time.